What's up, my rabid wombats? It's Deb from Mtg, aka the Heavenly Body, here with Waverly for just a second. She hates it. She hates it so much. But I've had some people ask me, like, what happened to the girl cat? There she is. Just so you know, I wanted to start the video off that way so you know that Waverly's all right. Anyway, today we're going to be playing a little bit of this this Boros Angelfire deck that we detected the other day, and I'm actually, like, I won't say I'm proud of this deck, but I am, like, really surprised by how good it's been for me. So I wanted to show it off a little bit for you. Hello. Hello, Waverly Tail. That's how you know she's all right. Anyway, she's licking my arm because I'm giving her butt scratches. But anyway, in case you haven't seen the deck tech yet, I will link it in the description down there along with the deck list on TCG Player in case you want to pick it up. But it all starts with Fires of Invention. I just wanted to build a kooky Fires of Invention deck that also had an early game plan, because so many Fires decks don't have, like, really any early game plays to speak of at all. All of them are interactive. I wanted early game plays that snowballed into late game value. So that led me to Bishop of Wings and Dawn of Hope, which are actually a really good engine when you get them on the battlefield together, whether or not you have a Fires. But if you do have a Fires, Dawn of Hope gives you something to do with your mana in a couple of different ways. You know, a reason to tap your lands, let's say. You can draw cards, and all Fires decks want a card advantage engine. So if you've got a Bishop of Wings out, you play a free Angel because of Fires. You get 4 life. You just get to draw a card. If you have multiple Dawn of Hopes out, you get to draw multiple cards. So if you do have the engine online, those are the games you're going to win the most often. But obviously, these are 3 and 4 card combos, so it's a little bit tough. You have to have some interactive elements. That's why we've got Justice Strike, Prison Realm, and you'll note the 2 of Deafening Clarion that we put in the main deck. There were originally 4 in the sideboard, but I have nixed and Light of the Legion here and cut Charming Prince completely from the main deck to kind of wedge in these 2 Deafening Clarion, because all of our creatures are immune to it completely. It's great against aggro. It can even be good against a bunch of, like, you know, animated lands and stuff if they've got a Nissa on the battlefield. So Deafening Clarion's great. Even if we're just giving a bunch of Angels lifelink, it can still be a really good card. So, and that'll combo with Dawn of Hope as well. So I thought there was just, at the end of the day, almost no reason not to have a couple of Deafening Clarion in the main deck, so we've gone with that here. Aside from that, just a couple of Angels. You know, we got to actually get the engine going. There's a reason this is an Angels deck. There's Feather the Redeemed, which is really just a 3-mana 3/4 flyer, sometimes a 0-mana 3/4 flyer that also draws us a card, gains us 4 life. I mean, it's just good on stats alone. Same thing with Aurelia. You know, we're playing all 4 of this because it's very often important to have a play that you can make on the same turn that you drop Fires. So playing all 4 Aurelia, 4 Angel of Grace, which is actually, like, just very good, especially if you don't have a Fires out. You can play it, you know, during your opponent's combat step or something. That's often very important. But even if you do play it, you know, for free with Fires on your turn, or your opponent kills it or something, then you can exile it from your graveyard at instant speed anytime you want to, even if you have a Fires out. So that comes in handy a lot of the time. But aside from that, big Angels to fill out the curve. You know, Sephara especially important once you get that 7th land down. But in any case, and you know, there's a more long form deck tech if you want to check out all this stuff and, like, some of the more the ins and outs of how this deck is played before we actually go in. Again, I'll link it in the description. But as far as the sideboard goes, we got Devout Decree and Fry in there for obvious reasons. Disenchant to take out Fires of Invention, Trail of Crumbs, Witch's Ovens, and stuff like that. The occasional Embercleave. Ugin can do all that except for take out Witch's Oven, but he can still take out Embercleaves and Fires and Trails and stuff like that too. Chandra to game against these Simic flash decks and the Izzet flash decks. Anything playing counter spells. We just want an uncounterable, you know, I win the game kind of card. So play that. Charming Prince now relegated to the sideboard, but really decent against aggro when you need early plays that can also gain you life. So we'll do that. And aside from that, the other 2 copies of Deafening Clarion also mostly against aggro. So let's go ahead and get into the arena and see if we can actually pick up some games with this thing. All right, we're in against Zython for this game. And this is actually, like, a pretty sweet hand. We go first. We've got 3 out of the 4 lanes we need to hit this Fires of Invention. We can hit Feather along the way. So, yeah, I think I'm liking this pretty well. It might not end up being the best hand in the world, but at least we've got a really good plan to go with. No early plays. Kind of sucks we don't get, like, a Bishop or a Dawn of Hope here, but we'll see how it all kind of shakes out at the end. Let's play another tap Sacred Foundry and say go. Our opponent led on Overgrown Tomb, so we'll see what they're doing. Maybe they're trying to sacrifice some stuff. Yeah, Trail of Crumbs. Trail of Crumbs. They get their key enchantment down long before we ever can, but at least we'll drop a Feather here. We can start attacking with at least a decently overstated creature. We might bait a Murderous Rider here or something. That'd be nice. But either way, we get to Fires of Invention, and then hopefully Aurelia make this Feather of 5 power dude. Okay, so either way, we baited a Murderous Rider. I'm fine with that, because now we just get a free Aurelia next turn. Would have really liked to have seen a Bishop of Wings somewhere in this string. That'd been really nice. But let's Fires. Get down on Aurelia. I guess we'll give herself the boost. And say go. So not a bad start here, but I am still like slightly worried about what this amazing deck is going to do to us. Oh, true, 2 Trail of Crumbs. That's so bad. At least we can get attacking here really soon, right? Okay, they're going to go ahead and gain 3. They don't get to draw any cards. It's a little surprising. Let's just target Aurelia. Get in. Then we can Angel of Grace and Feather. And hopefully just start like getting in for 1,000,000 damage next turn. That'd be very nice. This is like the best way a game could start for us, minus Bishop of Wings, obviously. We should be at like 80 life by now. Another Trail of Crumbs? All right. Let's nice them for that. It's pretty sweet. 3 triggers. They will draw 1. Let's see what they get here. Is it something nummy? A Savvy Hunter. Didn't expect to see that. There's the scoop. Because what do you do against this start if you don't have some kind of sweeper that kills them all, right? So, woof. Let's go into another one here. That was probably the absolute best example of how this deck could work. Again, minus Bishop of Wings. So, I'm fairly happy about that first game. And it's also a good example of like how quickly things can go, you know? What do you do against a board full of flyers? You might as well scoop anyway. So let's see if things work out similarly here against Tom C. I probably can't hope for that start twice in a row. There's no way. But this is a decent, I mean, look at that hand. Fires of Invention, 3 lands to play it, Deafening Clarion. In the meantime, Aurelia the same turn that we play Fires. So, okay, let's see how things work out here. They're going to hello us. Let's hello them back. That was very nice of you. You know, lead on Swamp into Vampire. Okay, that's good. That's a good start to a Magic game here. All right, so let's just Mountain Sago. See if they drop like 2 1-drops on this turn. I would actually love that. That would be fantastic. Order of Midnight just hits the table. Let's go ahead and Clarion everything away here. Well, 20, right? So 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. It's like, I don't necessarily have to Clarion yet, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know if that's the right play. Let's just end it. Let's just hold this Clarion, see if we can net another like 2 or 3 creatures with it. That'd be nice. See, Midnight Reaper, but now they're going to draw some cards. I was worried about Midnight Reaper, but still, I don't think that's too bad. Okay, so this turn, here's a line. That's Fires of Invention. I'll Aurelia this turn. It's a weird line to take, but I want to really punish them for playing creatures. I want to like, I mean, I guess I can't like 4-for-1 them or anything because they've got the Midnight Reaper, but what would be really nice is if we get like a Prison Realm, like in Prison Realm the Midnight Reaper. Oh, there's another one. Whew, they're going to draw a bunch of cards when we actually Clarion. All right, get on in. Our Vigilant Aurelia. Can't block, so I don't know what the deal is. You're all tapped out and stuff. So again, what? Okay, let's. Bob was we're waiting on us. It's not Castle Embereth here. Now we're not waiting on us. That's strange. Isn't that a bit weird? What goes on? I'll probably just cut this part. Okay, we're in. I just had to say that, right? Okay. So, I am going to Clarion here. No, I'm not. It's not time yet. It's Bishop. We might as well use our second spell. And then end the turn. An aerialist. Okay. That we do have to worry about a little bit. Because we can't Clarion it away. They're going to gain a life this turn. Okay. It's not so bad though, right? Yeah, it's not a big deal. So let's go. Play our planes. Let's choose both modes. Resolve all of those. Just give them a handful of cards here. But put them at 12 at the same time. And then we'll Light of the Legion. Gain 4. Really wish that granted first strike. That would be fantastic. Let's see if they'll trade. Let's just see. Yeah, they will. Okay. I wanted the trade because I'm pretty sure that they can... Yep, thank you, Trample. But I'm pretty sure that they can probably gain a few life next turn. I didn't want them to get a bunch of triggers on Aerialist. Vampire. Which isn't really that big of a deal. They'll lead on it. Knight of the Ebon Legion. If you just play a bunch of 1-drops, I am totally fine with that. Legion's End. It's actually totally fine, too, for what we're trying to do here. All right. Now let's go. They got a discard. That was the best they could do. Huh. I was really thinking that was going to be like a critical turn for them, but that wasn't so bad. It really wasn't. So let's all attack. Mentor the little guy. Castle Embereth. And then kill them. So that was probably not the absolute best game in terms of like the lines I could have taken there. I don't think. I really wanted to sit back on Deafening Clarion. It cost us a little bit, but I knew that we were going to have a Light of the Legion out regardless of whether or not we lost Aurelia in an exchange, which we ultimately did, right? But, you know, again, I knew we were still going to have the 5-power attacker that could mentor. I knew we were going to have a spirit left behind and all that. We didn't even need the prison realm that we got. All we really needed was an attack with Castle Embereth. So, again, I'm not sure that I took the best line in that race, but we still crossed the finish line first. So that's all that really matters at the end of the day, right? So let's go into this next one against Lane. That's a name. And, I mean, it's an actual person's name. But this is actually a pretty decent opener too. You know, we can get Deafening Clarion or Feather here, whichever one we'd rather have. On turn 3, we can get Dawn of Hope in the meantime and work our way towards Angel of Grace. So I'm into it. Totally. Let's lead on Temple of Triumph here. There's Aurelia, which I will take every day of the week. Wonder where our opponent leads on Swamp. Okay. And a Knight of the Ebon Legion, so a very similar deck, probably, to the last one that we played. Let's Plains, Dawn of Hope. Let's hope they play a creature this turn. I'd really like that. Yeah, Dreadhorde Butcher. Good stuff. Take a couple to the face and another couple when Dreadhorde Butcher dies, but I'm totally fine with that. Let's Plains, go ahead and cut that start off at the legs. Let's just choose both because you always choose both. I do. I had no reason not to choose both, right? So another Dreadhorde Butcher, pretty sweet. So let's go down to 15 here. Yeah, center's tapped. Let's feather. Lava coil. That's not great. That's not great at all. It's Angel of Grace. And yeah, I know I didn't flash it in. Oof. Oofta. Now we have to, like, draw a Prison Realm. Dreadhorde Butcher is such a good creature when it's allowed to, like, do its thing. We're already at 8, y'all. Got a Light of the Legion. Something, right? But we can't play it. What's Aurelia? Because, I mean, what else are we going to do, right? Man, are you going to remove this too? What a game. What a game. Seriously. I would be actually like pretty stoked for you if you could remove this right now. Just take Dreadhorde Butcher all the way. There's a Judy. Which does make our stuff, their stuff too big. Man, we're going to die next turn. It's like totally going to happen. So, let's say next in the turn. A Krenko, nice. Pass it up. Let him attack. Let's Angel of Grace. Block you. Because we're going to 1 no matter what happens here. Doesn't even matter if you hit us. That's pretty nifty. Everybody likes that. That's a fair card. Alright, so let's... Fires of Invention. Light of the Legion. Which will do absolutely nothing. Like, what we should have done there is just, like, saved Angel of Grace. But it doesn't matter. Good game. Dreadhorde Butcher just going crazy on us. Well, then I'll concede if you're going to cast spells. Jeez. But that one was fast, kids. That one was just an example of like Dreadhorde Butcher in the early game, and then they just remove everything we try to play. So, good deck. I actually really do like that deck an awful lot. In case you haven't been around the channel much, I played a lot of the Red-Black Judith deck, and it's just like one of my favorite decks. I wish that it would get the due it deserves. It really is. I think that it's that good. But let's move along to Rain Man here and see what goes on. We're 2-1 on the day so far, with some probably bad plays here and there. Like not flashing in Angel of Grace was a bad idea the first time I played Angel of Grace in the last game, so I get that. But it was pretty hopeless this game, that game. So let's see what goes on here. Edgewall Innkeeper. He's an edgy boy. All right, so let's go with just Dawn of Hope this turn. Really hope we get this 4th land for this Fires. I guess we can feather next turn. Foulmire Knight comes down. Draws them a card. They still haven't played a 2nd land. There it is. Foulmire Knight. Another one. Pretty hot setup to start a game right there. We draw something that we really wanted to draw here. Deafening Clarion. It's not our 4th land, but I'll take it. Choose both. Just always choose both. Alright, Rain Man. What you got? What you got, hot stuff? Little Paradise, little P. Diddy. And a 3rd land. Temple. We'll keep it on top. There's the 4th land, everybody. So let's Fias. No, not you, Feather. You. Ari. And then go. Okay, so another decent way to start the game here. See if they have Murderous Rider. You gotta wonder. Haven't come across another Fires deck yet. Nor have we come across Simic Flash. So, Assassin's Trophy away the fires. Yes, let's go. Get a land. Take that all day. Because at this point, I'll just cast the Safara eventually. How much do we actually need this fires? They are going to murder us right out of the Aurelia. Okay, so pretty decent turn sequence there. It's Feather. Windscarred Crag. Draw a card. All right, we're getting a little bit closer to this Safara here. Still got 4 cards in their hand. That's kind of a lot of cards for this stage in the game. And 5 mana, so I wonder if like the Nissa's coming this turn. Yep, there it is. Called it. Here comes Nini. But that's cool. I mean, we can block lands if we have to, right? Should be cool. We're getting Safara next turn for what that's worth. Murderous Rider. God. Jeez. It's painful. Are we getting Safara this turn? I think I'd rather just Prison Realm, honestly. No, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need it. And we can still make a guy, so that's cool. See if they make the mistake of like swinging with Paradise Druid or something. They might. They are having a think. Down to 2 cards in their hand. Order of Midnight, get back this Edgewall, and play it. They didn't swing with Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, oops, sorry. Was that the auto-tapper's fault? God, I hope not. Such bad. Such bad. God. If the auto-tapper did that, I'd be so upset. So, Murderous Rider out of exile. Comes down. They're out of mana. Pass it up. Make a guy. Alright, we got a Prison Realm. I actually kind of want to Prison Realm away the Edgewall Innkeeper. I'm serious. You do not want to give them a turn, because they get to draw 2 cards next turn. And we'd still have the mana to make a thing with Dawn of Hope, so I'm going to do it. I just really don't want them to have Edgewall at all. Justice Strike coming up. Take that too. And say go. Not bad. Not bad. I think that's the right play. Like, Safara is probably relatively safe, right? I mean, how many more Murderous Riders could they have? See, and I probably should have saved the Prison Realm, but it's probably going to still be okay, I think, in the long run. They're out of cards. I mean, they can still play creatures out of exile here, the adventure guys, but it'll probably be okay. Getting in. Let's Dawn of Hope. Block. Block. Yeah. Nothing actually happens. We stay at 20. A couple of empty Dawn of Hope triggers. It would have been nice to draw cards, actually. Maybe I should have not made a guy, just blocked with 1 token. Gain the life, drew a card. That may have been the better play. It might have been worth 3 life there. Alright, so yeah, let's just Safara and say go. See what happens here. If they don't kill the Safara this turn, then we get to fly over and kill the Nissa, even if she +1s. Hopefully it's not a Murderous Rider in their hand. How ridiculous would that be? Okay, it's Paradise Druid. So it looks like we're kind of in the clear here. So we're probably still going to take some damage this turn. I guess maybe not, because if they swing in, we're going to gain 7 life, right? So they are going to swing in. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're really taking 5 here. What's the best creature to kill? An overgrown tomb. I know the Murderous Riders have lifelink, but I'm really just kind of wanting to establish control. You know, I don't care how much life they gain right this moment. Okay, so we can wheel that into something, right? First thing we'll do, swing into this Nissa. Take care of that problem. Gain 7 too. So, okay, so that's 3, 5, 6, 7 is what we need, so we got it. So let's auto pay. Nice. Let's intern. And then maybe just flash in this Angel of Grace. Which is indestructible, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Alright, they do get in with everything here, so let's flash in Angel. Block an OG tomb. Get rid of these lands. Puts us at 9. Got a P Diddy. Sweet. Alright, so let's Bishop. Tap the correct lands to play this feather. Play it. We're going to gain 4. Decline to draw a card. Swing in with Safara. Put him at 17. Okay, so again, I think that we've established control pretty well here. We can Justice Strike. Whether or not they elect to swing in, we can Justice Strike. Let's see if they do. Questing Beast, that's actually kind of perfect. And Scoop. Okay, so that was a much better example, I think, than any game we played so far of what the deck is trying to do. Waverly, I know you want out. I got you. Hold on. But yeah, we got some Dawn of Hope triggers that game. You know, we were able to take the game over after a certain point when things kind of looked bleak for a second, and I think that that was decent play in that game too. So let's go ahead and let's let the chicken out, and then I'll come back to some games. All right, we got one here against Kalar, but this is a fairly bad opening hand. It does have fires in it, but we like have to draw lands. We don't go first. We go first, which is usually great, and it's probably fine. I'm not fussing that we go first, but I'd really like the opportunity to draw some more cards here. That'd be nice. That's okay. Our opponent takes a mulligan down to 6, so blue skies as far as that's concerned. Let's see what happens here. We can get Dawn of Hope, turn 2, go ahead and get that piece in place. There's another Fires, which is kind of very funny, but hopefully we get an untapped red source next turn and we can play this feather. Although there are relatively few untapped red sources, so chances are somewhat low, but our opponent leads on Island, then goes Fabled Passage and Inquisitive Puppet. Okay. So it's that kind of party. Let's see what's going on with this weird deck. Ooh, Light of the Legion. That's so painful. I guess we'll Dawn of Hope now. It's so painful. Alright, so Swamp is their second color. I wonder if it's Esper. Some of these decks are Esper. There's a Blast Zone into a Scuttlemutt. Oh my goodness. We ain't drawing no lands. So bad. I'm going to give this janky artifact deck like all the time that it needs, but I'm kind of down with that. Let's see what they're trying to do. See what their end game is. It's probably a Tezzeret deck. Got a Vantress Gargoyle. Uh-oh. Inquisitive Puppet. Heck of a string. And then they can swing for 2. So that's cute. Swing with that Inquisitive Puppet. Make sure you do that. Sacred Foundry is a land that I'll pay 2 life for, I guess. Let's go ahead and feather. Okay, so go. What you got? All right, Swamp. You're gonna Murderous Rider out of nowhere? That'd be great if you're carrying that. I'm a little less worried now, but I'm still kind of worried, to be honest. All right, Prison Realm. It's a card we can play. I really like the Scry, too, to be honest. See if they, like, quench it or something. They don't. Okay. I mean, I have zero clue what cards they're playing, honestly. I just assume it's a bunch of artifacts. There's Tezzeret Emery is probably in here somewhere. Guess we'll see. Their 100% synergy deck. Okay, so we get another land that we can't actually play fires with next turn. I guess we still have the mana to Justice Strike anything that comes up, so I'll keep it on top. Let's just hold them at bay for now. I think this is kind of one of the games we can probably have a chance at winning all at once. Okay, they do put a counter on Blast Zone. I thought they might. It's at 3, so they can kill Feather now. It's going to cost them a land. They do have 5 here, so maybe they can... There's another Scuttlemutt. It's like they can cast Tezzeret here very soon. Which is not... That's not good news. Like, Tezzeret would actually be pretty worrisome right about now. Let's draw a card. It's another land. Which I'll take. I mean, we got to get to Light of the Legion and Sephara at some point this game. Shimmer Dragon. Nice. Nice. Okay. They don't attack. Yeah. Sorry for the thinking. Let's do that. Yeah, you go ahead and exile them. It won't work. Cool, cool. You want to trade? I don't think you do. But I'll go up to 20. That's fine. Alright, let's see what goes on this turn. We need another land still. We got it. It's a good one, too. It's Temple. Let's see what goes on next turn. What kind of action? Sarah's Guardian's actually pretty sweet. Yeah. Light of the Legion. Plus Aurelia. Things are starting to look hot. So let's next it up. Get in with Feather for 5. Vigilant damage. Put him at 12. In the turn. Okay, we can still make a guy with Dawn of Hope, so... Pretty decent position. It all depends on what happens. I mean, I still have no idea what's going on in this deck. They have 4 cards in their hands, so it's a profit of the peak. Sweet. It's pretty cool. Really wish we could Justice Strike the Shimmer Dragon. that would be really cool. But if nothing else, we can double block it. Maybe they'll try and get in. They don't. So let's make a thing. So it's Sarah's Guardian. What if we double mentor? They decided to scoop it up anyway. They saved us the thinking on that one. I was going to take some time thinking about it, actually. Do we attack with everything? Nah, that probably was the best choice, probably, just to attack with light. But either way, we won it, and we're 4-1 on the day, so let's cut it out here. I guess that's a pretty good record. See what I'm talking about. This deck can win games. I know that last deck was a little bit janky, but we did come up against some real stuff today and still won some games. Even without some of the real synergies in the deck coming together, you know. There were very few games where we got like Bishop of Wings and Dawn of Hope and played Angels. It did happen, though. So, I mean, again, I was trying to illustrate that in the deck tech, but just to really bring it to life here, you know, a lot of the cards in the deck just work regardless of whether or not you have a Fires, or you have a Bishop, or you have a Dawn of Hope. But when you do have any of them or all of them, then things really start coming together. And the deck has, like, sufficient removal for the most part. I do recommend this build, I think, the 2 Deafening Clarions in the main, especially if you're mostly a fan of, like, the best of 1 meta on Arena. I think you probably do need a sweeper of some kind, because you're going to come across a lot of aggro. So, and there were some games where, like, a Deafening Clarion would have really helped us out. Some games we were free to cast it earlier. Dev, looking at you, that probably would have helped us out more, even though I think we still won that game, so big deal, right? But in any case, I think that this really mostly showcases what this deck is capable of, although the deck is capable of, like, much deeper play, especially once it gets its pieces in place. But again, I think this was mostly what I was trying to illustrate in this video. So again, if you're interested, especially now that you've seen the deck in action, click the link in the description, go to TCG Player, or check out the long form deck tech too. If you haven't seen it yet, again, I go into much greater detail about the sort of ins and outs and odds and ends of the deck. So check that out. Like the video if you enjoyed the gameplay and you want to see more like it. Check out the Patreon if you want to support content like this. Just $1 a month is all I ask. And I work really hard, so I think I'm worth it. But $1 a month will let you vote on what stuff you want to see next. We're doing an all-commander poll coming up in the next day or two here, so make sure you're a Patreon for that. And, yeah, do all the other stuff. Subscribe if you haven't done it yet. I'm pretty sure that YouTube, like, doesn't put me in recommended feeds anymore. And I'm also pretty sure that, like, come January 1st, when COPPA, like, really hits, like, none of us are going to get put in recommended anymore. So, like, make sure you subscribe so you actually get notifications for when I upload videos, because it helps the channel out a lot. But in any case, I'm pretty sure that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed the deck tech. It was pretty heavenly the way it played today, honestly. So in any case, I couldn't be happier with it. I guess we could have won one more game, but whatever. You know, it's everything's fine. But you know, I got on this video expecting to talk about a bunch of other stuff that's been going on in the MTG community and in life and the world at large and all that. But in the end, the deck, the play-by-play was interesting enough to me, at least, and I didn't have to fill it with anything, right? So hope y'all enjoyed it, and yeah, catch you cats later. I'm Dev from the Place. Thanks for watching, my wizards. Spread love and be kind.